Hi, thanks for listening to my talk about my latest research results on happiness and innovation. My name is Sabrina, and I'm a research professor at the University of Applied Sciences in Aschaffenburg. We start with a general understanding of the term personal happiness. Then I will explain the research setup to you. Before I present the insights taken from the analysis, we can discuss the results and also the planned next steps. I'm looking forward to a fruitful discussion with you. According to the Duden, personal happiness is described as a positive emotion emerging from a fortunate experience or result. Positive emotions that are associated with an individual sensation of energy are happiness and excitement. The analysis focus I'm presenting today focuses on personal happiness. Psychologists assume that personal happiness depends on a person's cultural context, behavior, and personality. Now that we have established an understanding of the concept of personal happiness, let us turn to the research setup. The data collection was structured along the innovation process. Per phase, different method-guided tasks were implemented, and the students get also feedback from peers and the professor. Let's have a look at the data collection procedure along the innovation process. Per innovation process phase, the students executed several method-driven tasks and feedbacked their root causes in an online survey. Additional to that, they answered surveys on their personality, on their performance motivation, on their IQ, on their creative potential, and on their sensitivity. The inputs and outputs, as well as online surveys, were provided via a cloud-based platform. In the lecture hall, the data collection per week was as follows. First, the professor provided feedback to one of the surveys, such as the Big 5 personality test, a short version of it, and answers reflection questions. Then the professor explains the innovation process, the phase where the students are currently in, and which method-guided tasks they will implement in the lesson. After that, each task is explained individually, the method that will be used for it, and how the whole thing will work according to the time frame. The students organize themselves. They find a group, they clarify the task, they specify their roles, and how they want to execute the procedure and the tasks. And the professor is coaching the groups, is walking from group to group, and gives feedback to the execution. Once the tasks are completed, the students are directed to feedback their emotions and their root causes via an online questionnaire. Let's have a look at the insights. A total of 29 students between the age of 22 and 26 took part in the survey. Most of them come from a German family with an academic background. In the first lesson, the emotions are recorded after each task. It becomes apparent that the reading exercise, market report, does not cause happiness in anyone, but the implementation of the empathy map and the startup scouting does. Technical challenges caused anger due to Wi-Fi issues. Overall, the students seemed bored due to the fact that the emotions were queried after each task. That is why the questionnaire was reduced to a single moment in future lessons, and also the Wi-Fi based tool was excluded. As you can see in the vision creation tasks, the negative emotions disappear. In the idea generation session, in the first one, there was time pressure and the task was open, which both led to frustration. The findings from the emotion survey can be summarized per task as follows. Students are primarily satisfied, except for the idea generation one. Happy students appear in all tasks except of market report reading and startup scouting. Excited students appear in all tasks. Satisfaction together with relaxation was the most common combination of emotions. Frustration arose especially in the ideation one due to time pressure and openness of the task. Let's have a look at the root causes for happiness. 4 were mentioned. Constructively critical or solution-oriented interaction with fellow students and the professor, the quality of exchange and the quality of results affect the students' happiness, and the joint elaboration of novel results and their presentation and discussion led to happiness. So all 4 aspects, critical thinking, quality of results, the task itself, and valuable discussions and reflections led to happiness. Comparing the reasons for the student's assessment of what leads to happiness or excitement shows how unclear the distinction between the terms is. Not only the higher education literature seems to disagree, but also the participating subjects in this study. Some state I'm happy with when explaining the root cause for their satisfaction or excitement. Some participants emphasize the quality of the exchange, contradicting perspectives, and the quality of results when explaining their happiness. Still, Elvik and Canasios' finding that happiness is experienced through friction and satisfaction with less challenge in the higher education context cannot fully be confirmed in the dataset. In conclusion, the following insights can be noted for future initiatives. Time pressure and too high cognitive load can trigger negative emotions. Sensitivity types and personality can help understand emotional reactions due to the small sample size, and no significant cause and effect relations could be identified. The verbalization of the emotion satisfaction, happiness, or excitement is ambitious and not sharply separable. The evaluation of creativity with the help of the TTCT, Turing's test, criteria plus continuous reflections online and verbally seems reasonable. Also, the structure of the data collection along the innovation process seems reasonable. And the assessment of the performance motivation, the cognitive and creative intelligence, as well as cognitive and creative potential, in comparison to the test results, seems reasonable. The survey of creative and cognitive performance on a paper basis is unsatisfactory and takes too long. More time investment is needed for the development of idea concepts and business models. The implementation of the survey should be done with a platform and should be facilitated by at least 2 people in case of a course size of 40 people. Let me summarize the study for you. Happiness was operationalized with positive emotion and its root causes. In all exercises, except of the startup scouting and the market report reading, isolated students were happy. However, most students reported satisfaction and relaxation in combination. Constructively critical or solution-oriented interaction with fellow students and professors, the quality of the exchange and of the result affect the students' happiness. The joint elaboration of novel results and their presentation or discussion led to happiness. The 5-minute online questionnaire on sensitivity type and personality can provide initial impressions of what is important to a person when learning. Since the development of innovations along a process is based on the creativity of people, special attention was paid to this element. A distinction must be made between the creativity of an individual, the creativity of a group, and the group climate. The measurement of creative potential and creative performance has been unsatisfactory so far. Reflections with the students revealed that there is no common understanding of creativity and that the evaluation with the help of the TTCT criteria and the TSDZ scoring is helpful. The following conclusions for the future can be drawn from the study. The data collection will be continued and extended to other universities. The documentation and evaluation will be online. A portfolio test is aspired to increase the data provided. The analysis of creativity has yet to be ideal. In the future, a combination of creativity tests in advance and the evaluation of creativity of results in the innovation process will be pursued. The finding that students are intellectually sensitive but less imaginative and emotional could have an impact on future educational endeavors. So my future research will focus on the effect of happiness on the creative and cognitive performance level, the difference between satisfaction and happiness in higher education contexts, the personality profile and stress experience triggered by open and closed tasks, and the online assessment of performance motivation and performance, as well as creative potential and creative performance. Thank you for your attention. If you would like to reach out to me for further discussions or research collaborations, please get in touch with me via LinkedIn. I'm looking for a research venue in 2024, and I'm open to stay between 6 or 12 months in another country for data collection and analysis. Questions that I would like to discuss with you are listed on the slide. How could the data collection be improved or expanded is the first question I would like to discuss with you. The second question is, what role should happiness play in future innovation research? And the third question is, how could breakthrough innovations further be stimulated or emerge in higher education? Talk to you soon.